When the brute pledged a blood oath to Zeus, only to later betray the king of the gods, the Furies were quick to take action. His sisters relentlessly hunted the Aegean, and upon capturing the creature, tortured him without mercy. For the Furies believed death was too kind for this oathbreaker. Aegean the Hecatonchires became an example to all. A special symbol for those who might think to break a blood oath with a god.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome! My name is Mitchell Saltzman, and this is God of War Ascension. We got God of War coming out in, I don't know, 2 weeks? Not even, maybe a little more than 2 weeks? And I figure, to kind of get us ready for God of War on the PS4, why not go through some of the older God of War games? And to start, we're going to go through God of War Ascension, and this is an interesting one. God of War Ascension was it's the latest God of War game. It's also the first chronologically, and honestly, it's kind of the most different compared to all the other God of War games. God of War 1, 2, and 3, I feel like kind of keep the ball rolling with what God of War 1 started, and didn't really mess all that much with the mold. God of War Ascension does a couple of interesting things, and I'm going to talk about it once we actually get into this. But what's up, chat? How's everyone doing? Music is a little loud. I can turn that down. Why is it so loud? Sorry. We're turning the game down. Game sound too loud. Game sound's coming down. How's this, guys? Game sound too loud. Everyone's saying game sound too loud. Well, game sound's going down. Sounds fine now? Cool. Alright, well then, I will restart that intro as soon as we get into this. Sorry guys, it's a new thing for me, streaming solo out of this room. Very cool though. Look how nice this room is. It's nice. What's up YouTube and Twitch? Don't forget to change the title of the stream. The stream should be changed. Did it not update? Update.
Kratos, the great Spartan general, was finally
I'm gonna
defeated.
put myself away here.
Driven mad, tortured and uncertain of his surroundings, the warrior found himself captured like a fly in the web of the Furies.
Never again.
Hello, Kratos. What's wrong? You seem confused, Kratos. Having trouble remembering our special time together? But then again, we were rudely interrupted by my sister. Alecto was never one for manners. Not to worry. I am quite skilled at teaching respect.
All right, let's do this. So if you, I guess none of you probably heard what I was saying at the start of this. But yeah, we're playing God of War Ascension. This is the first game chronologically in the God of War series. But the last game that they ended up making up until the new God of War. So this is kind of like God of War at its most evolved, I would say, in terms of its combat. They do a lot of interesting things with the combat this time around. And so I think some of it for the better, some of it maybe not so much for the better. But at the very least, they made it different. And I think you can respect Ascension for doing that. Also, I'm sorry if Twitch has the wrong information. I'm not trying to trick you by saying that we're playing PUBG and then actually it's God of War. There's some weird stuff going on with Twitch right now. But I'm curious what the chat thinks about God of War as a series as a whole. For me, this is a very important series for me. As okay, Steve, hold on, I'm out. Remember how I was saying that God of War changed, or God of War Ascension changed a bunch of stuff? One of the things that they changed is they give you a melee attack with the circle button. Traditionally, in God of War 1, 2, and 3, circle is your grab attack. So that was what all that little nonsense was all about, where I just start kicking randomly. Instead, what they do with the grab is they put it to your R1 button, and it's kind of like this tether with your chains. And that leads to some interesting different mechanics. Once we get a little bit later into this.
You will never catch me.
Ooh. Time out. Guys, calm down. I'm trying to look at the chat here. These graphics are better looking than some PS4 games, says Amir Watson. Isn't that crazy? God of War, throughout its entire lifestyle, both on the PS2 and the PS3, throughout its entire lifespan even, has always been the kind of powerhouse showcase for Sony's consoles. God of War 1 even still looks beautiful. If you play the HD version of God of War 1, it still has some jaw-dropping scenes. And that's one thing that I'm looking forward to seeing in the new God of War. How much they're able to push the PS4. Ascension is the worst game in the series, says Sir Marvin. I'd be curious to know what you guys think is the actual, how you guys would all rank the God of War games. I wouldn't say this is the worst. I think the worst is probably Chains of Olympus. And when I say worst, I don't mean that Chains of Olympus is bad. I just mean all the other God of War games are so good. And of those, I think Chains of Olympus is probably the least impressive. Rip them apart! Also, what's up, Hill? What's up, Nalam? Gotta say hello to my boys. Alright, tear this guy up. God of War is by far the best action game series ever. This new one's gonna be spectacular, says Johnny Lynchcomb. I wouldn't go so far to say that it's the best action series ever. I think it's fantastic, utterly fantastic. And like I said, this is a very important game series for me. Personally, I would consider Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden a bit above God of War. But I love them all. They're all like my children. Action games are my favorite genre of video games. So I consider the holy trinity of action games to be God of War, Ninja Gaiden, and Devil May Cry. The PS2 era was, wow, what an era for action games that was. God of War 3 was the best personally, says Kamuro Tetsu. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. God of War 3 was, I think probably certainly the most visually impressive. And I think they really got down their combat God of War 3.
You will perish in your attempt to be free.
Rockman05 says Gears of War 3 is my fave. Get down here. Let's get up there. Am I the only one to think that this legit looks like a PS4 game? You're not the only one. Like I was saying, the God of War games, they push the PS3 to its absolute limits. Especially, well, I mean, only God of War 3 and God of War Ascension were the only two that were made for the PS3. But these games look absolutely unbelievable. Miss those chains. Not really sure about the new axe. You know, I think not just the chains. I think in general, everything about God of War was due for a change. I think 6 games into this God of War, the two PSP games, or yeah, they were PSP. The 3 main ones on oh god, I'm sorry. Oh, the 4 main ones on the PS3. They were very samey. I think God of War Ascension was the most different, but after God of War Ascension, I feel like it was kind of time for a change. So I'm very glad that not only are we getting a new weapon in the Leviathan axe with the new God of War, but we're also getting a new Kratos. Woo!
It is time for you to meet your death.
It is time for you to meet your death. 736 people watching right now on YouTube. What's up, everyone? If you don't know who I am, my name's Mitchell. I'm the live stream producer here at IGN, and the resident God of War superfan. One of the things that you might want to check out that I worked on was the God of War in 7 minutes video. I know, I made a mistake. It wasn't Athena who created the eagle who brought the Colossus Roads to life.
Against the Hecatonchires.
Please forgive me. But it was a very cool video and very fun to work on. Nolan, you've only played the PSP God of War games. Wow. The God of War, the PSP games were good. Very good for the system. And like I was saying, how God of War always pushes the power of the system. You play those PSP God of War games on the PS3, the collection, and you won't even believe that those were possible on the PSP. Play God of War 3, says Meyer. Maybe. If you guys enjoy what I'm doing here right now with this revisiting God of War stuff, maybe I'll do it again before the new God of War comes out. Any day I get to play God of War at work is a good day of work. I remember playing this on hard. Right now I'm playing on normal, by the way. Just for the sake of the stream. Don't want to get too caught up on it. But this fight's rough. This fight's rough on hard. I think you eventually realize that you can block most of this guy's attacks. There's only a few that you actually have to dodge to get out of. I think that's kind of the secret to dealing with him. Oh. The big question I have about God of War on the PS4, will there be moments like this? Because to me, moments like this right now, what's happening on the screen right now, this embodies what God of War is all about. The sheer scale and absolute ridiculous violence that goes on during these QTEs. And I don't know if that's even possible with the type of game that they're making for the PS4 right now. Ooh, get in there! Woo! Howie! And there. Oh, don't give me crap for playing a normal Phil. Yikes! Like I said, it's for the sake of the stream. The ground. Is this not the new God of War? No, it is not the new God of War. This is God of War Ascension. It is the newest God of War until April 20th when the actual new God of War comes out. This is the most recent version of God of War, even though it is the first game chronologically. Woo! Alright, you know what? Please, just get out of here. No one likes you. You are one of the worst first bosses of all God of War. Big Rye 1994 says there's ultra violent scenes in the new God of War. Pretty sure we'll get some good doses of ultra violence. Maybe not to the extent of what we've seen in these PS3 God of War games. Watch me slit this guy's throat with his own knife. His own knife arm. I love it. I can't wait for the new God of Us. The new God of The Last of Us? Oh! Okay, I thought I had to jump there. We're still good. We're still good. Oh no! Ow! Did I ever play Dante's Inferno? I did play Dante's Inferno. It was good for what it was, I think. It was a pretty shameless God of War knockoff. Man, that game was disgusting. There were some really gross parts of that game. But the combat was fine because it was really riffing off of what worked in the God of War games. Fun fact, that game was made by Visceral. The people who went on to make Dead Space. Alright, let's see where I'm going here. Let's get down over here. Up, 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 up. Every game has sewers. Top 10 sewers. IGN video. Let's do it. Think, guys, if you were to make a top 10 sewers list, what would be your top 3? I think you gotta have Dark Souls on there. Dark Souls has pretty nasty sewers. All right, I'm not sure where I'm. Okay, this is a shimmy part. Gotta shimmy. Have I played all of the God of War games? Yes, I have played all of the God of War games. Do you think Kratos will be one of the reasons Ragnarok starts in Norse mythology? Man, that would be a... I mean, how can they not do that, right? I don't know. That's a very interesting question. Also, I don't know enough about Ragnarok to really say. My knowledge of Ragnarok comes from literally Thor Ragnarok, which I don't think is the quintessential source of knowledge on that. Which God of War is my favorite? My favorite, I would say, is probably 3. But they're all so close. I think the interesting thing about God of War, and this is in comparison to other action games like Devil May Cry, like Ninja Gaiden, is that they're all very close in terms of both their quality and their stylings of gameplay. Not much changes in terms of the gameplay of God of War 1 to God of War 2, God of War 2 to God of War 3. There are some pretty substantial differences in God of War Ascension, but it's nothing on the level of the difference between Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2, or Devil May Cry 1 and Devil May Cry 3. God, good. Sorry, I'm releasing a lot of pent-up frustration and anger right now, which is what the God of War games are really best for. Did the God of War games have cheat codes? No, I don't think they did. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but no, I don't think so. They had unlockable costumes that would offer some pretty powerful bonuses. Diablo sewers, says Marcel, in terms of top sewers in video games. Alright, so let's see what I did here. The hard part about reading the chat while also playing a game is that sometimes I do stuff and I don't remember what it was that I did. So I have to kind of backtrack through my thoughts and remember where I need to go next. How high do you rate this God of War in comparison to the others? Asked Danny Martinez. Okay, so let's go down the ranking. God of War 3. I would say after that, God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War Ascension, Ghosts of Sparta, Chains of Olympus. I know a lot of people view God of War 2 really highly, and I think that game's great. But in terms of story, I think God of War 2 kind of lost me the most because, man, guys, I like Kratos as much as the next guy. He is absolutely irredeemably evil in God of War 2. There's just nothing likable about Kratos in God of War 2, I feel like. He kind of deserves everything he gets. I feel like at least God of War 1 and God of War 3 and Ascension make an effort to make Kratos have redeemable qualities, let's say. Oh, look at Step Ryu says, this guy's pretty cute. Cutest guy at IGN. Why, thank you. That would mean a lot more if you didn't also work here and you, in fact, were the cutest person at IGN. The cutest boy. Step Ryu is known as IGN Best Boy, for those that don't know. And again, even though I just ranked my God of War games, they're all of equal quality, I would say. Very similar quality. Woo. Alright, let's grab some bugs. Throw some bugs. Bug grenade. Bug grenade. Bug grenade. New God of War should be named Dad of War. It seems fair. How about Dream Dad of War? Just be a God of War dating simulator. I need a sword. Give me a sword. There we go. Give me that sword! I just want the sword! Did I get it? I don't think I got the sword. Oh, someone else picked up the sword. Give me your sword! So yeah, so I didn't really get to talk about why God of War Ascension is so much different than other God of War games. The main thing is that there's an equipment system in God of War Ascension. So, you see, I think I picked up the sword. Okay, so I got a sword. This is mapped to my circle button. And, each equipment has its own value. This one is really good at dealing with multiple people. It just keeps on going. There's very few gaps in its attacks. But there's a special disarm special move for every weapon that is very powerful. Usually you can end up stunning an enemy really quickly with it. And I think I need to get out of here. Alright, let's get out of here. And what that does is it also frees up circle button, or it gives you a new button for grabs. So now you have R1 being your grab button. And you can kind of tether yourself to enemies, kind of take them out of an equation, and still attack other people while you got them tethered. So it leads to a very different combat compared to other games in the series. Even though the core, light attack, heavy attack combat system is still in effect here. Maximilian Coelho says, I really didn't like what they did with the weapon system. It's controversial for sure. Like I said, I don't think that Ascension is one of the better God of War games. But I do think that, or I would say that I very much appreciate the fact that God of War Ascension tried to do something different. Rather than just, do the same gameplay loop, or its same combat system that God of War 1, 2, 3, Chains of Olympus, and Jurassic Park all had. Whoa, wasn't looking. Ah! The thing about God of War that I've always really appreciated, and I think kind of stands out compared to other action games, is the fact that evading feels so damn good. The ability to roll through just moving on the right stick in a direction is so huge, and it makes it feel great when you're able to just barely get out of the way of an attack. Am I going to review God of War on PS4? No, I am not. I wanted to, but I was not assigned. I was not given that assignment. Worst game in the series, worse than the PSP games? Aw, man. I don't think so. I can't read your name on... It's Vertini Patuljak. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I think Kratos captures the mentality of people in that time well. They didn't think twice about killing. Yeah? You mean like in ancient Greece time period? I guess that's true. Graphics look better than I remember. That seems to be the consensus that most of the people in the chat keep bringing up. The fact that this game looks way like, just hold on. Let's pause back here for a second. Just look at this. This is so huge. The fact that you can look out in the background and just see recognizable areas of where you just were. That is huge for this era. The sense of scale and just the scope of everything in the God of War games, especially God of War 3. I think it probably was the best in God of War 3. It's just unparalleled. And, you know, Ascension has its moments too. Different voice actor in the new one, but you can barely tell a difference. I don't know about that. I think... So, T.C. Carson was the voice of Kratos, I believe, for all 6 of the original God of War games. And I think T.C. Carson does a couple things really well. I think he does yelling. I think he does just sheer anger and aggression better than most actors I can think of. I think that's not what they're going for in the new God of War, which is why I think that it's a very good idea that they decided to change the voice actor up to this one. Oh, I don't like the Hecatonchires! Let's see, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh! Can I jump that? Alright, jump that. I gotta remember how to dodge some of these attacks. I also gotta not look at the chat while I'm... Where am I? Oh boy, I'm hurting. Alright, got him. If I remember correctly, you do not want to let him do that attack with the 2 hands here. You just gotta attack really fast. Oh! I also don't remember how to do my little thing with the bar on the right. Oh, gotta press this. Got anything planned with CJ? Man, you know, the Xbox has a announcement coming, I believe on the 8th or the 10th. And I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, hoping to God, that we get an announcement of Ninja Gaiden 2 backwards compatibility on Xbox One. because if that happens, we are immediately dropping everything, and we're getting that Ninja Gaiden 2 Let's Play going. Oh boy! I don't like these bugs! Alright, someone remind me. That bar in the bottom right, how do I make these sticks? It's not clicking both sticks. I think it just powers up my blades right now. So if I don't get hit, it just keeps them powered. Are you playing on PS3? I'm playing this on PS3, yes. Oh no, sorry. I am playing this on the PS4 backwards. No, wait. No, it is PS3. Sorry. Yeah! Eat the bugs! Eat the bugs! Owie! I will say, if we're comparing all of the first boss battles in the God of War games, the Hecatonchires is probably my least favorite. Also, oh boy, I just remembered there are some boobies. There are some boobies in this first section of God of War Ascension. I hope I'm not gonna get in trouble for showing it on stream. Let me just make a clear warning. There are gonna be some boobies coming up. All of a sudden, like, viewers spike up. Everyone starts watching. Oh, I wasn't looking. Oh, I was looking at the chat. I'm sorry. Ugh. I missed the QTE because I was looking at the chat. Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. Not gonna look at the chat. I'm gonna focus. And time. My God. Select screen says I'm gonna miss the QTEs. See, that's so interesting because oh God, this is so gross. You know, you see the discussion of QTEs, and most people hate them. Most people just like it's like a conditioning thing. You say QTEs, and people's eyes just go red. But I think God of War is a unique case in which people actually kind of enjoy the QTEs because they're tied to such spectacle. And they honestly do help in making you feel like you're, you know, like you're driving a stake through this giant god over and over again. Who is my favorite god? You mean like in God of War? I don't really like any of them, to be honest. I guess if I had to choose one, I would say Aphrodite. Oh, I don't like these doggies. Is this multiplayer? No, it's not multiplayer. I think I have to kick these dogs. This? Or maybe not now. Alright. Hired me since no one there knows how to play games. Julian Williams, I will challenge you to whatever game you think you're better than me at. And if you win, you get my job. That's not true. But there are people here who know how to play games. Trust me. I have seen it with my own eyes. Dog is? Are you hyped for the new God of War? Kevin, Guerimi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. You have no idea how hyped I am for the new God of War. I think it's probably my most anticipated game of 2006 or 2018. I almost said 2016 for some reason. Yeah, it's my most anticipated game that's currently announced for 2018. So yes, that's more so than Red Dead, more so than what else is coming out this year? More so than Anthem, which actually I don't know if it's coming out in 2018. More so than Spider-Man. I think God of War is going to be a game of the year contender for sure. Poseidon is the best boss battle. Man, Matthew Harris, how awesome was that? The first time you played the Poseidon boss battle, and you're in the first person struggle with Poseidon, and then it pops up with the prompts to click in both sticks, and then you do it, and boom! You gouge out both of his eyes. Ah, so good. I think Poseidon's probably my favorite of the main first boss battles of God of War, which are always fantastic. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Edson Leto is in the chat. What's up, Alan?
I have little patience left.
The Trophy Muncher says, I like this guy. I like you too. I think I need to... Yep. Need to get after that. Sometimes when you're looking at the chat, again, you forget what you're actually doing. And I'm like, oh, if I don't grapple over to this, I'm going to die a very horrible death. And I think I've made it through this game so far, or I've made it through this stream so far. Zero deaths. I mean, we're playing on normal, so it's not anything to really toot my own horn about, but... Oh, you gotta hurry up, Kratos! I like Ascension a lot, especially multiplayer. You know, I never got into the Ascension multiplayer. I played maybe like 2 or 3 matches, and I thought, wow, I really didn't think that God of War multiplayer would work, and they somehow did it. But I never, it's one of those things where I just didn't really like it enough to want to invest in it. Because when I play oh wait, hold on, sorry. Pause the thought. Once again, final chance. There are boobies coming up, and I don't know if I can really stop it. So, just children, avert ye eyes, because well, you'll see. Bitch, buy some upgrades for your blades. I'll do it after this. Oh god, there are boobies. I'm gonna turn this off.
Is that Kratos? Oh, the gods have rewarded us. Glory to Eros. He has given us a champion. Come, champion. Show me your strength. No, me. They are nothing. Come with me and experience the greatest of pleasures.
The boobies were a lie!
He is mine! I will take care of this!
The boobies were a lie! Oh man, Nalam. So Nalam just brought back some memories. Nalam says, on Gamefront, didn't you edit this scene and put your face over everything? Oh boy. So for those that don't know, I used to work at a YouTube channel called Gamefront.com. And one of the most trying experiences of working at Gamefront was that every time there was nudity in a video game, I was the one who had to, frame by frame, censor it out. And you know, I'm not a professional editor. I kind of learned on the job, and it was the most tedious experience of my life. I hated boobs after that. It was just a nightmare. Rip Gamefront with Mitch, James, and Zach. It was Zach, right? Yes, it was Zach. Zach with no K and just a C. See, this is what I love about God of War. Just the ability to do whatever you want with the combo. There are very few, or I guess there are combos that are just, you know, you have to know kind of a combination. But with God of War, it's just, you press triangle, you'll knock him into the air. Once you knock him into the air, you can grab him, you can jump up, you can do a bunch of other hits, you can spin around. It's all up to you. And there might be like a most effective way to deal with enemies, but you don't really care because it's all just about expression. What's my favorite gaming system? My favorite gaming system of all time? It's a hard question. I think of all time, I would probably say PS2. I remember this boss. Oh snap! It's the Hecatonchires! This part was a nightmare on hard. It's funny because this game was mostly difficult. If you were playing on hard, the hardest part of this game was definitely the beginning. Because the Hecatonchires just, he does so much damage to you on hard. And then there's all these guys. This game doesn't pull any punches right from the start. There's also kind of like a insta fail state on this if you don't kill these little tendrils fast enough. Am I alive? Oh, there I am. Let's get over here. Oh my god, leave me alone! Just need to kill these things. Leave me alone. Oh, you know what? That's right. You forget. You told me that I can upgrade these. So let's upgrade these. Mitch, Vegito for Dragon Ball FighterZ. When? I think he's probably going to be part of the next DLC pack. There is a list of leaked DLC characters, and I think it's got some credibility to it. Oh, see? There's my fail state. All dead. This part's rough, man. This part is rough. Also, first death. Death first. Alright, so we're gonna focus. We gotta kill these little tendrils before we get eaten. Alright, let's back up, block. Get rid of that sword. Focus, focus, focus. There we go. Where am I? Also, I need to upgrade blades again. I wonder who the final boss of God of War 4 will be. Maybe Loki? Maybe Odin? Who knows? Odin's kind of the Thor or the Zeus of Norse, isn't he? Hi Mitch, hadn't seen you since Skatefront days. Oh man, nice to see you. It's always nice to hear. Come on, come on. Whoa. Oh, scary. I hope that they model Thor after good old Chris. Good old Chris Hemsworth. Highly doubt, but does anyone know if there are talks to bring the complete God of War trilogy to PS4? No, I don't know if there were talks about that. Back up. Woo! Those tusks away from me. Alright, no. Please stop. I can block that. I feel like half of God of War, playing it well, is knowing what you can block and what you can't. Done. Oh, this is my favorite part. Punch out, baby. This is so ridiculous. Like the idea that Kratos has enough knowledge about like the human brain, or the brain where he can just like stab you in such a way that controls one of your arms. Come on, you're not gonna lose on easy mode. I died once. And it's not easy, it's normal. Have I seen the new God of War gameplay? Yes, and I think it looks amazing. Oh my god! This is so gross! I love it! You think Ascension needs to be remastered? That would be cool. Man, if God of War 3 can look as beautiful as it does, I'd be interested to see how Ascension could look. Ooh, that was weird. Weird audio glitch there. Sister of Fate the First. Done! In the bag! Did this style, VideoPunks asks, did this style of gameplay ever get old to anyone? In my opinion,
focusing only
I'll read that
on
after
the task
this.
ahead. Kratos struggled to remember the weeks prior
sorry.
to his imprisonment. To the time when he set out to break his bond with Ares, the god of war.
Your mind is troubled. Your skills are still without equal.
Do you have business with me?
I do. But this is not the manner to discuss it.
I see no other way.
You have no reason to trust me, Spartan. I only ask that you try. Your thoughts are not your own, but I can help you. I believe these belong to you. Use these items to still your mind, Kratos. Do not let illusion deceive you. Have the visions ceased?
I see only you.
Good. You will need this skill for the path ahead.
And what path is that?
The path of freedom, Kratos.
Freedom.
Yes, freedom. Freedom from the Furies who relentlessly hunt you in the name of Ares, and ultimately, freedom from your bond to the god of war himself.
Break an oath with a god. Of all the minds in question, mine is not the one to worry about.
You waver from sound mind to illusion in the beat of a heart. Is that any life for a great warrior? The Furies are near. They cannot know I speak with you. I will draw them away. The truth waits for you in Delphi, Kratos. Seek the Oracle.
All right, there we go. Got a couple of questions while that cutscene was going. How do you guys feel about the removal of the jump button? I mean, I assume you're talking about the new God of War. So I would say you only really need a jump button if the game is programmed to need a jump button. And if they took out the jump button in God of War, then it just means that they didn't have a need for it. It's not the style of game. So I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it. My opinion will form once I get to play the game. I got a club. Also, I guess talk about lore-wise what just happened there. So for those that aren't familiar with the story of God of War, the events of God of War 1 take place after this game, but the flashbacks of God of War 1 take place before this game. So what happened in God of War 1 was Kratos was a Spartan warrior who was serving under, he ends up serving under Ares after making a plea for help to Ares to slay his enemies. And then so he gets bound to Ares in service, and over the course of that, he eventually gets kind of tricked into murdering his own wife and child. And so this kind of takes place after that, where he was caught trying to escape his blood oath with Ares, and he was pursued by what are known as the Three Furies. And so basically the Three Furies somehow managed to mess with Kratos' mind to the point where he no longer remembers about any of that. He's kind of docile right now in the Furies' illusion. So Orkos, the Oath Keeper, is now approaching Kratos and telling him, "Hey, you want to find the truth? Follow me, and we'll break you out of this kind of slump that you're in right now." Get over here! Boom! Can I ride it? Can I ride it? Ooh, I can ride it! Imagine being this elephant right now. Has Kratos ever smiled in this series? Oh man, that's a very good question. I honestly, having looked recently at like almost all the God of War cutscenes, I'm pretty sure he does not. I can't think of a moment where even when he's like happily with his family, the only point I can think of where Kratos might have smiled is when he reunites with Calliope in Chains of Olympus. You are mine! game has great music as well. The God of War, the main theme. Oh, hold on. I gotta do this. This is one of the grossest animations, killing animations I can ever think of. Slits open his head and the brain just kind of falls out. Oh, it's so gross. And then the lifeless eyes of the elephant just kind of look at you like, what have you done to me? What have you done? I had a wife and child. A little bitty elephant of my own. And you're just gonna cut my brain out. And now I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it to your friend. Whoop. Oh. So gross. Will we kill the world serpent, and what do you think will cause Kratos to kill the Norse gods? Honestly, I can't even venture a guess right now. I don't know. Shooty 78, you just killed Babar's father! No, Babar! I actually didn't really watch much of Babar when I was a kid. Babar and Arthur were two children's cartoons that just eluded me. Is it fun working at IGN? It is a blast working at IGN. More so than it being a blast at IGN, the people at IGN are all very great people and super fun to work with. And I get to hang out with you guys, so can't be bad. What if God of War is actually a prequel to God of War? Oh man, getting meta here. That's not meta. Never, I don't know what I was saying. The prequel has the best music in the God of War franchise. You think so? You think God of War Ascension has the best music? I don't know. See, nothing other than the main God of War theme, the dun 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 dun. Nothing really stands out as being super memorable. It all stands out as being very fitting and fine and great in the moment, but nothing super stands out. What do you think about changing blood color from red to orange in the next God of War? I'm curious to know what the lore implications of that is. But in terms of like, I don't really think of it in any way. I'm curious as to why. I have to imagine the creatures that we're killing in God of War, the new one, are of a certain variety that makes them have orange blood. But I don't really care what color the blood is. Alright, let's see. What do I need to do here? I think I gotta... Do I put this over here? I'll break that. Ah! These moments right here, where you're on the rope, and sometimes you have to fight against stuff. Those are my least favorite parts of God of War. Ugh, the worst. The orange blood color is only for the Draugr enemy types. Humans will have normal blood. See, there you go. That's kind of the answer I was expecting. Boom bugs! I think what's going to be interesting is what happens after this God of War. Are we going to remain in the the pantheon of Norse mythology, or do you think that we're going to move on to another pantheon of gods? I guess the question is, do you think that the story will complete in this new God of War? Or do you think that they're trying to start up a new trilogy here, or a new series of God of War games that are set in Norse?
The heat of Ares' fire has no burn.
Alright, here I think we get our first taste of magic. The fire of Ares! Unleash your fury! And stun surrounding enemies with Ares' fire. Incinerating enemies yields gold orbs. So that was kind of the big change in terms of magic in God of War Ascension. Instead of having like a magic button, what you did is you had different... If I can remember exactly how this goes. I think you had like different elements that you can imbue into your blade. And you see in the bottom right, I have a meter that builds up. The more damage I do and the less I get hit. If I get hit, the meter goes down. It's kind of like a rage meter. And the fiery blades will yield gold orbs when I kill enemies. But there are other weapons that will yield different style of orbs. So I might get health if I use a different weapon. I might get red orbs by using a different type of weapon. So again, God of War Ascension did some interesting things. I don't think it gets enough credit for how different it was compared to the other God of War games. Oh, and I gotta actually use this. Put a bomb on him. Alright, you know what? Let's disarm this. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Oh, come on. I just want to grab that guy. I'm about to turn on my PS3 and hop on this time to dust off the game controller. That good old nostalgia PS3 God of War feeling. Thanks, man. No problem, Angry Titan. I'm glad that I could share my love for this series. Also, what? 682 people watching on YouTube. I can't see how many people are watching on Twitch. Let me just say, thank you guys for coming to hang out. My name is Mitchell. If this is your first time seeing me, you can find me on Twitter at Jurassic Rabbit. Having a great time hanging out with all of y'all. Woo! Eat it! This is one of my favorite things to do in this game. It's grab someone and then just keep on throwing them all in the air. They can't stop it. They don't know what to do. It's like a cheap fighting game tactic. And then I come down. Woo! Block! I love games that allow you to kind of express yourself in the combat. And that's one of the reasons why I love God of War so much. It's one of the best. I think Devil May Cry is probably better at it, but I just love being able to, kind of let my creativity go free with combat in this game. Boom! Oh, okay. Sometimes I get so involved in what's happening on screen, I don't even notice the prompts that I'm being told to perform. All right, let's actually pay attention to this. X. Boom. Dap 151085 says Bayonetta knows a thing or two about how to express combos. Absolutely. Bayonetta is also one of my favorite action games. Bayonetta totally would have been in the Holy Trinity if it came out around the same time as God of War, Ninja Gaiden, and Devil May Cry. Had a brain fart for a sec. It would have been a holy quadrinity. Would you want a new Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden? If so, which would you want more? Oh, that's a hard question. It's so hard. It's such a hard question. If I had to choose one, I think I would choose Ninja Gaiden. Just because, and I want to clarify it by saying, if it's a Ninja Gaiden that is, with Hironobu Itagaki and is like in the style of the other two Ninja Gaidens that were really, really good. Because we got Ninja Gaiden 3, wasn't super great, and I just kind of want redemption for that series. I want Ninja Gaiden to come back and be known as one of the leaders of action games again, because it used to be. And then Ninja Gaiden 3 happened and kind of ruined everything. But I also really want the new Devil May Cry. I think we're gonna get it. One of my main predictions of hey, that's not cool. Stop that. One of my main predictions of E3 this year is going to be that we're gonna get a new Devil May Cry. I don't know if we're gonna get a new Ninja Gaiden, but I feel pretty confident that a new Devil May Cry is gonna happen. And that's not any kind of insider knowledge that I have. It's just the feeling. Give me that sword! Or fine, don't give me a sword. Hey! What do you think of DMC? I like DMC. I like DMC a lot. I think you kind of gotta take it for what it is. It's not Devil May Cry 5. It's not a Capcom developed Devil May Cry game. It's a different take on it. But I think it had a great combat system. I actually happen to really like the story, even if it, wasn't with the Dante that we're all used to. I think it had a very unique and awesome visual style. So, huge fan of DMC. I think you can like both DMC and the original Devil May Cry games. It's a radical concept, but I think it's possible. I got a sling! I hate these harpies. The one thing I miss about God of War 3 is the ability to just grab them and then just rip their wings off right out of the sky. Let's get health. Woo! Marcel, I don't know if you can post the link. I honestly don't know. I don't know what the rules are here. This is not my channel. The way that these platforms are lined up makes me think of like the beta game, the beta Uncharted games, where you could like trace a line on the touchscreen and just have Nathan Drake follow the path. Oh, ask before posting links is what the rule said. In that case, sure, go ahead. If there's a DMC5, would Dante, Virgil, and Nero be in the same game, and would you choose to play as one of the three? I'm gonna be honest. If there's a Devil May Cry 5, I kind of want it to just be Dante. Dante, to me, is the most fun character to control. I would love it if maybe down the line they would have Virgil playable somehow, but I think for like the main game that you purchase at the start, it should be Dante only. So I need, let's see. Yeah, so that opens that, or that makes that go. So I just gotta get on top of that. I got it. But before that, alright, 5,000 orbs, we're close. Anyone else? So let me know what your upgrade philosophy is in God of War games, because I feel like maybe I have a very particular one that not a lot of other people do. Maybe this is what everyone does. But with God of War, I don't really focus on anything but the Blades of Chaos. I immediately try to get the Blades of Chaos maxed out as soon as I possibly can. And then after that, I start worrying about magic and other things. Just because I feel like I use the blades the most. So obviously, it would make sense to try to get those powered up as quickly as possible. But does anyone max out, or does anyone put any points into anything else before they max out the blades? Nalam says, always go blades, you use the most. Makes sense to me. Mr. Platinum says, hey! Hey, what's up, Mr. Platinum? How's it going? By the way, just so people know, we're going to be going until 4 o'clock my time, which is about another 45 minutes or so. Storm Legend says, I maxed out the health. Can you max out health? Health is something you get from collecting the Gorgon Eyes, so you can't really max out health with the red orbs. In Ascension, I max the blades to level 3, and then save up for Hades magic, then I max that out and go on my blade scan. Okay, that's probably a pretty smart way to do it. Woo! Oh, come on, grab something! Eat a bomb! Okay, cool, I have javelins. Very helpful. Grab him! Ah, get off me! Damon Crawley says that Sword of Artemis at about level 3, and Hades for the end. Okay. See, I hardly ever use the Blades of Artemis. With God of War games, I pretty much stick entirely to the blades. Unless I'm just going for, like, I want to have some variety in my combat, but in terms of functionality, I feel like nothing really beats the blades. That. Trivia Smith says, hey. What's up, Trivia Smith? How's it going? We are live right now on Twitch and YouTube. I am doing my best. Ooh, Ooh, hold on, time out. Got 5,000. I'm doing my best to man both chats. Right now it seems like Twitch is moving slower, so if I'm not reading something you're saying in the YouTube chat, hop on over to Twitch. You might have a better chance. Talking about weapons, do you think there will be more than just the axe and shield in God of War? Oh god. I feel like that would be such a cool little throwback if they somehow included the Blades of Chaos in the new God of War. I feel like whether it's an actual weapon that you can use or it's just something you can't make a God of War game without having the Blades of Chaos be a part of it, I feel like. Oh, alright. I did this wrong. So let's do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. Now we'll wait. And go. Done. Oh, time out. Let me get this. What are some of the things you're wondering about the new God of War? So the main thing that I'm wondering is just straight up, how did Kratos go from Greek mythology to Norse mythology? What happened at the end of God of War 3 where, you know, we saw Kratos kind of trail off the edge of the cliff into the water of this, you know, horizon with godless chaos. So it's kind of just what happened after that. How did we go from A to B? Also, I'm curious to know what happened with Athena. I'm curious to know how Kratos got the chains of, or the blades of chaos off him, and what happened to them. Yeah, just how we went from A to B is mostly it. Gotta get those secret items. So here's the thing, the save that I'm currently playing on, probably not gonna come back to it. So I'm not stressing too much about finding secret stuff. How long am I playing? I am playing until 4 o'clock, which is about 40 minutes away. There. I don't remember what the next thing I have to do is. It's not this. You need the time rewind thing for that. Sorry, guys. I don't remember what the next thing I have to do here is. Go in the middle. Up. Nope. Is there a door over here that I'm missing? Alright guys, remind me. Where do I go? I'm asking the chat right now. Which God of War do you like? I like all of them. I think they're all great games. I don't like that it's called God of War, as if everyone has forgotten the Kratos series. Now we have to refer to God of War 2003 and God of War 2018. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem. I guess I was going to say that's the problem with reboots. Oh, this is where I have to go, I think. There we go. That's kind of the problem with reboots, even though God of War isn't really a reboot. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think there's no reason why this God of War couldn't have been called God of War 4. I think what it is Cory Barlog specifically wanted to make people think that this is a new vision of what the God of War series could be. Hence the no number tied to it. see if I can block this. I can block that. Can't block. Oh. Too late on that. Should have just given it a subtitle. Yeah. It's like they wanted it to be a reboot without actually rebooting the franchise. What is this thing? Does anyone know what this thing is? It's not a Medusa. It's like a Cobra Medusa. It's this weird Cobra Medusa thing. They really like doing this stuff in Ascension also. Up. Oh, boobies! Oh, man! Gross. That's a Gorgon? You consider that a Gorgon? Because there were Gorgons in previous God of Wars and they didn't look like that. What platform am I playing on? I'm playing on a PS3. I think that's the only platform right now they can play God of War Ascension on. Like that. Let's see, star. It said Gorgon on the screen, did it? Did I miss that? Get these bomb bugs out of here. Oh, it's a Gorgon minigame. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, I guess they're Gorgons. I did not see that. Alright, just looking around, just looking around. This is one of my favorite parts of this game. This whole Snake Way section, I like to call it. Maybe the reason why the Gorgons are so mad at me is because I keep stealing their eyes for health power-ups. Did I get any chocolate for Easter? No, I did not get any chocolate for Easter. Yeah, nope. Trying to think. Trying to think back to yesterday. Nope. No chocolate. I had a miserable Easter. Will we have early gameplay for the new God of War? I mean, we have gameplay that's already up on the site. But no, I don't think we'll have any like exclusive early gameplay that I can think of. But we will have video up for God of War as soon as we possibly can. As soon as they allow us. IGN doesn't get their personnel chocolate eggs? You should talk to Pear about this. What are these ridiculous working conditions where we don't get chocolate eggs on Easter? So what we didn't get chocolate eggs, but we did get a very nice Easter surprise. We got like a little plastic egg on our desk, and each of us, when we opened it up, it had a different message like, "You are really nice. You are a invaluable asset to our team. It would be horrible working without you." And it's like, "Oh, thanks." It's like an Easter egg becomes a fortune cookie. The Ice of Poseidon. Summon the Ice of Poseidon to break blocks. Also allows breathing underwater. Freezing enemies yields large red orbs. So yeah, like we were saying before, the fiery blades yield, I believe, gold orbs, and ice blades yield red ones. So if you want to upgrade your stuff real quick, it's really good to use the ice blades. All right, you know, I'm not feeling this club. Not feeling it. Get out of here. you get a little buddy. And you get a buddy. I don't remember if so, hold on, let me see something really quick. Inspect the blades. What are the abilities that I get? We got Spartan's Revenge. So it's kind of interesting in God of War Ascension. You don't really get your L1 modifier moves until much later on in the upgrade path of the blades. So I think that is like a parry. I gotta try to land that, see what happens. Whoop. Also, because I believe I don't have my Ice Blade upgrade, I can't use its magic yet. Which sucks. There we go. There's that parry. That's pretty cool. I actually didn't remember that. Yeah, man, combat in Ascension is really good. They really refined it in ways that aren't immediately like obvious that they need refining, and that's a good sequel. It improves stuff that you didn't even really know needed improvement. All right, where are we going here? John Wesley Thomas says, "What's up? What's up? What's up, JWT? Is that on easy difficulty? No, it's not easy difficulty. I take that as an insult. This is on normal." Normally, whenever I play a new God of War game, I always start on hard, and I probably will check out the new God of War on hard, assuming that there are difficulty levels. I don't know how different it's going to be, but God of War is a game that I always really appreciate the difficulty on hard. That's not to say that there aren't difficult parts on normal, but so one complaint I would have about the God of War series is that I feel like the divide between normal and hard is pretty great. Enemies on normal really don't do all that much damage to you, whereas enemies on hard, just every single hit takes a huge chunk. And it's especially frustrating in moments like the first boss fight against the Hecatonchires, where you get hit and you just lose almost half your life. Cousin Cam says, "Sup, Mitch? Where's James?" I saw earlier that he was streaming some Heroes of the Storm, so check him out, twitch.tv/TheRealJamesHeaney. Oh, I'm just remembering also something that I thought was very funny in this game. Crispin Freeman, who is one of my favorite voice actors. He's also a voice acting mentor. For those that don't know, I did a lot of voice acting when I lived in LA. One of the very first voice acting classes that I took was from Crispin Freeman. And I think it was around I think it was before I started doing voice acting when I played this game. But in this next moment coming up, I'm pretty sure you'll hear Crispin's voice for 3 different characters, all in the same scene. He voices like almost every major character in this game. It's very strange. And he has a very recognizable voice. You can't help but recognize it. Boom! Oof. Now let's get this. I'll take that. Oh man, the Gorgons are gonna be so mad at me. I keep stealing their eyes. And those phoenixes. Oh, the phoenixes, all the feathers. They're gonna be like bald in spots. Alright, maybe it's not this part. It might be a part later on. The Manticore! Woof! I should switch. I should switch my weapon. Ugh, God, no! Get off that! We gotta change this up. What's the thing here? There we go. Alright. I need my magic. Square, square, triangle, that's what it's all about. Square, square, triangle. And boom! That's my favorite enemy. Manticores are awesome. I've yet to see a game that had a bad Manticore. I think my favorite Manticore actually is probably from Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma, you would actually like kill the different part. I guess you kind of do that here too. But depending on which animal was in control, it would greatly affect the moves of the fight. Also, just really, it looked really cool, Dragon's Dogma. Woo. Did Dark Souls have a Manticore? I don't remember. Which Dark Souls had a Manticore? In Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, it was a Chimera? What? It wasn't a true Manticore? I mean, it was close enough, right? Oh! Gross. All right, I guess I'm mixing up my Manticore knowledge here. So Dark Souls 1 had a Manticore. It was the Guardian at the start of the DLC. Oh, okay. Now I'm getting it. It's coming back to me. There are no Manticores in Dark Souls, though many things came close to it. Oh, now I gotta. After the stream, I'm immediately gonna look up what monsters I'm thinking of. I could have sworn that Dragon's Dogma had a Manticore in it, but it could have been a Chimera. Alright, how much time we got? We got another 22 minutes. Wrapping this up at 4 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my replay through, or just kind of walking down memory lane of God of War. Starting with God of War Ascension. If you guys enjoyed this, it would be very helpful for you to leave a like on the video. Maybe when the full video posts, if you want to see more of this, if you want to see me also go down the memory lane of God of War 1, 2, and 3, that would be cool. I'd love to do it. Hello from a Kurdish Peshmerga. I don't know what that means, but hello. Bop, bop. Square, square, triangle. Square, square, triangle. Let's see, can you... I don't remember how to deal with these guys. Can you... Oh, you grab it. That's right. You tether it away. And then I get a shield. No, I have a shield. Gone. Alright, you know what? I'm not a fan of all these eggs being here. Bad memories of Alien Isolation. Give me that shield! Here, you can have this one back. Oh, we got dunked! Oh, I want to try that again. I want to dunk more dudes. You're gonna get dunked! Oh, come on. That's a dunk. That's a dunk. Oh, well, alright. It was an assist. Sorry, I got a Slack message. Owie! Oof. Hey, my phone said it was PUBG. I'm sorry. I made mention of that earlier on in the stream, but we had some weird Twitch stuff happening. We have a PUBG stream happening tomorrow that it looks like we had already set up, and when I tried to change it, it just the changes didn't hold. So I'm not trying to trick people coming to expect PUBG and to get God of War. Alright, where am I going here? Right here? Anything back here? Nope. Please do some revisiting, man. Oh, that's nice to hear. Which God of War is my favorite? I think my favorite is 3. Though I like all of them. I think 3 was kind of the, just the culmination of all the lessons learned from the previous God of War games. And it all came together in this just utterly spectacular package. And I say spectacular very intentionally, because the spectacles in that game. Whew! He sounds like Brad? You mean like Rad Brad? Oh, that guy's my brother. He's not my brother. I have actually never met Rad Brad. I feel like I've heard that before, though. I think people have said that.
For those who have eyes to see, I offer the lightning of Zeus.
Ew, Zeus! Good afternoon from the UK. Just sipping my tea with the rest of my family. What's up, Jack Nade? What's up, Jack Nade's family? Man, I said, screw Zeus, but I kind of like these weapons. There we go. Ba-boom! I want an opportunity to dunk these guys again. That was really fun. Not enough opportunities to dunk in this game. Oof. Oh, you guys block way too much. Oh no, people are talking about chimeras in the Twitch chat. Now people are talking about Full Metal Alchemist and I'm getting sad. Eto, Omni-chan. Woo! That's a lot of hits in that combo. Oh man, I like these weapons. See, I would totally be dead right now if I was playing on hard mode. I am not playing with the hard mode mentality right now. But I'm having a good time, so that's all that matters. I am your only chef says this is one of the most effective blades. Only Dense Souls blades are better, as for me. Yeah, it's interesting what Ascension did with their magic system and weapon system in general. I feel like they felt that no matter what new weapons they implemented, and they've tried implementing many weapons over the course of the other God of War games, none of them would be as cool as the Blades of Chaos. None would be as iconic or, true to the God of War series as the Blades of Chaos. So with Ascension, they were just like, you know what? Let's just make Blades of Chaos and put a bunch of modifiers on them. And that will be the different weapons, and that will be the different magic. Alright, where am I going here? Where am I going? Going over here? Mitch, have I seen the Bleach live action trailer yet? No, I don't think I have. If there's a new one. I saw a live action trailer a little while ago, but nothing new. Lex Frost 98 asks, is Ascension one of those in-between story games? No. Ascension is the very first game of the God of War saga. Give me those Gorgon eyes. He doesn't sound like Brad, guys. He doesn't thank us enough. Brad does it every 10 seconds. Is that a good thing? Would you, not to say that I would do it, but do you want people to do that? I find that would probably get obnoxious eventually. Whoop! God, I love this game. It's funny. I was looking back at how Facebook has the moments or whatever, and they remember stuff that happened X amount of years ago, and probably a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, I had one pop up for God of War Ascension. It was just me saying, F the Trials of Archimedes in God of War Ascension. So maybe, as much as I am enjoying playing this game right now, maybe once I get to the Trials of Archimedes, maybe not so much. I don't even remember what the Trials of Archimedes were. They must have been pretty bad, though, if it made me make a Facebook post about it. Whoop! And a whoop! Try that again. Oh, dang. Yep! So far, only one death throughout this entire stream. I'm gonna try to keep it going. Even though that one death kind of sucked. I don't think it was a true death. I don't count it. I count it as Hecatonchires BS. Oh really, is it the same one that had multiplayer? Yes, this is the one with multiplayer. It had a competitive multiplayer mode, which is, again, I was talking about it earlier. I was like, I didn't really play all that much of it, but I was surprised. I'm like, wow, you wouldn't think that a God of War multiplayer competitive game would work. But somehow they made it pretty solid. I should just keep them in the air and just... Alright, let's take a look at some comments here. What do we got? One thing I can count on in God of War, getting harder as you go. LOL, no breaks. It's interesting. I think God of War, I think definitely Ascension. This game is hard at the start, and then it kind of takes it easy for a while, and then it gets really hard again towards the end. Oh, I'm not paying attention. We got 10 minutes left. I just want all these guys to die already. Tail out. What's the best weapon in this game? Oh, I can just go up there. I didn't need to kill those guys. What's the best weapon in this game? We were talking about earlier. Who was it? I Am Your Only Chance, I think, was saying that the Hades blades were kind of the best. I don't really remember much about the different weapon types in this game. I feel like I probably mostly used the default one, the fire ones. Alright, I'm gonna need to pay attention here. We got some QTEs coming up. And oof. I mean, really, that thing deserves everything that it's getting. I wasn't doing anything to it. It could have just went on its way, living its nice old life. It doesn't have any allegiances to anyone. Like, who's telling that monster what to do? Just leave me alone. I'm not trampling its home here. Everyone's saying now that is a manticore. Okay. Oh, I really hope we can get to the Crispin Freeman part. Am I streaming the whole game? No, I'm actually going to be ending in about 8 minutes. As much as I would like to stream this whole game. Alright, you know, screw it. We're running. We got no time. Whoop. What's the hardest enemy? Usually in God of War games, I feel like the hardest enemy are the satyrs. Yeah, I don't remember what the hardest enemy in God of War Ascension is. I don't even remember the satyrs as they existed in God of War 1, 2, and 3 exist in God of War Ascension. Kratos going to talk to King Kai traveling on Snake Way? That's the exact same thought that I had the first time I played this game. Like, oh man, it's Goku on Snake Way. What's going to be next after the God of War stream? Tomorrow we're going to be streaming some PUBG. They have the new 4x4 map. Our PUBG experts are going to be playing. I am going to be somewhere far away from that because I am very bad at PUBG. But hopefully you guys will stick around and check it out. Well, PUBG is very bad as well, so my taste is justified, is what you're saying. I'm pretty sure the hardest boss fight in the series is the Zeus fight of God of War 3. I'm trying to think. I don't remember any boss fights in God of War being memorably difficult. I remember them all being awesome to watch. Just leave me alone, please! Oh my god, why won't this thing die? Thank God. What do you do in IGN as a job? I am the live stream producer at IGN. So, when it's not in this room, this is the Solo Plays room. When it's in the other room, the Let's Play room, generally I am the one who is planning those streams, making sure they happen, picking the schedule, etc., etc. That is my main job, but I do a lot of other things too. The chat is slow mode. Really activated. Is it? Sorry if slow mode is activated. It's probably because we get a lot of spammers in the IGN chat. But I can see how that would be annoying for people who don't spam, so I'm sorry. Just know that it is a necessary evil. Oh, this part. Man, we're not going to get to the part I was talking about with Crispin Freeman, which is kind of a bummer for me. But this part's pretty cool. I feel like God of War, one of the things that God of War does really, really well, better than most other action games out there, is it does environmental hazards really well. It makes it so that the combat, the difficult part of the combat is not just the enemies you're fighting, it's the environment. Like, right now, if I don't... Oh! I feel like I cheated that. But yeah, there are a lot of situations in the God of War games where if you don't pay attention to what's happening around you, you're just gonna get insta-killed. Okay, I can't grab those guys. I got to get out of here! And go! Oh no! Okay, I got it. I thought I needed to wait for that to appear. Oh, we got 3 minutes! 3 minutes to clear this area. Oh, this part's so cool! Labler, guess who has 2 thumbs? Just followed you on Twitter. This guy. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you. Hey! Oh, I was looking at the chat. Almost done. Oh man. I want to finish this part. Jump! Like I said, the spectacle of God of War is something to behold. Nice stream, dude. Have a good one. You have a good one too, Jacob Sutton. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out. Will I be forced to stop? No, I won't be forced to stop, but I have other responsibilities that I have to tend to. I mean, eventually, yes, I probably would be forced to stop. I want to keep watching. Oh man, you guys are making it really hard to stop. What platform is this on? This is on PS3. I'm really glad that this game added a parry function. Like an actual parry function, not just timing a block at a certain time. Because in the previous God of War games, you can kind of get away with just kind of mashing block when you thought someone was going to attack. But with this, it very much rewards you for timing a perfect parry. with instant stun. Oof. And it punishes you when you miss. When is the new God of War out? The new God of War is out on April 20th. It's coming up. Very close. Some might say it's coming out on 420. We gotta go! We gotta go! No! No! Oh no! Oh god! No! Death number 2! Death number 2, I wasn't paying attention, and you know what? Unfortunately, that is where we're gonna have to wrap up today's stream. That was not on purpose, but it kind of worked out in the end. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me go into I'll just keep on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, my name is Mitchell Saltzman. You can follow me on Twitter at Jurassic Rabbit. That was God of War Ascension, and hopefully sometime later in the week, I'll be able to go back through some of the other God of War games. We still got God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3, Chains of Olympus, God of War Ghosts of Sparta, all those games leading up to God of War on April 20th. And I can't wait. Hopefully you guys are excited too. Thanks once again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.